So, No Compromise, No Surrender, the new HOI4 DLC released, which I'm quite a big fan of. I was very excited for it, and I decided, let's play Japan. This is how my first playthrough of the new Japan went. So I set up my research, my construction, all of that good stuff, and then I did the proper election stuff to have the Kadoha coup the government. So I did the election, got the Kadoha in power, and proclaimed the Japanese shogunate. After getting the shogunate in power, I integrated Taiwan and Korea and annexed and then also integrated Manchukuo, which means I don't have to see Pui at all. Very nice. I then decided, you know what, I don't really vibe with this whole shogunate thing. The flag's nice, but I like the emperor. So I gave all the power to the emperor and got this flag, which is also really nice. I began to debate how to go about winning in China, because that was my real objective. I didn't care too much about winning everywhere. I just wanted to beat China. My plan ended up being 18 with infantry, with engineers and support artillery, to just hold and push when my enemy was weak, and wait until I could make really good tank divisions in around 1940, 1941. And so, a year late, in mid-19... And so, in mid-1938, a year late, but who cares, I declared war on China. What I didn't realize was that Menjiang, who I had refused to puppet because I wanted to enter war with China quicker, would join the Chinese United Front. This is my live reaction to suddenly realizing that. Who am I at war with? I'm at war with these fellows. Okay. Let's see. Are my troops good enough to just push these guys? Maybe. I'm sorry, what? Are you joking me? I'm sorry. What? They can just do that? Ay. I wasn't too concerned. It was Menjiang. Like, what do they have? 3 factories? 2 divisions? Pfft. But they have more than that. But like, my plan was already to just sit there and hold, really. And so, having a longer front did mean I would have to hold more troops back, but I still wasn't all too concerned. I was just shocked that my puppet state, or technically puppet state, would dare do that to me. I spent some time pushing against Menjiang, getting a couple small encirclements, but, well, I say small, but like 20 divisions is nothing when we're talking about China. I didn't want to just wait until I got tanks, because China would outscale me. If you don't occupy parts of China, then they will outscale you. And they won't be able to push you out, but I knew that the Navy would eventually force me into war with the Allies. Going to war with the Allies isn't itself the worst thing in the world, but I knew that the British Royal Navy was quite powerful, and I really was not doing my Navy. I should have, honestly. I could have taken like the Philippines and stuff, but I just cared about taking out China, so I had to do that quickly before I was forced into war with the Royal Navy, which probably wouldn't destroy me immediately, but even just light convoy raiding could absolutely decimate my supply lines. And if I get pushed out of all of Korea and Manchuria, it's really kinda over. I'm not gonna be able to take that back easily at all. After the offensive in Menjiang stalled, I decided to take out Hubei Sharar, I think it said. I have no idea. I was expecting my infantry to not really be good at doing that, but they shocked me, and they pushed all the way to capitulating Hubei, and almost got all the way to Shandong before China, for some reason, annexed them both. I don't know. I think maybe China just has the ability to annex things that are about to capitulate, that aren't puppets. I have no idea. But it gave me confidence that if I did a naval invasion or two and had Indochina, I could easily take out China. I just needed to continue to make smart use of what resources I had and to not overextend until I was certain I could capitulate China. So then I just waited for China to really grind itself against me, lose tons of equipment, manpower, and just industrial capacity overall, while I designed my tank template, and after I had all the parts necessary, my tank. Issue was, I had such a deficit, and I had nowhere near the capacity to produce the number I needed. So I consolidated my tank template. I consolidated my tank divisions into just 2, and those 2 plus infantry pushes would bring almost all of the coast of China under my grasp immediately. I genuinely was shocked at just how quickly they broke through the lines. But it was great. I've only ever completed Old China-Japan War once, and it was not great. And my strategy entirely revolved around securing the entire coast for a good supply, and then just making a desperate push for the few victory points you need in Inner China. After that, I got a mission from the Navy that I would need to be at war with the Allies within 1 year. Which means that I had a year to beat China. So I took Indochina, and that literally amounted to nothing. I genuinely think that taking Indochina was a waste of my time. But it looked cool. After that, I really was desperate to just get something going. The line against China itself was just too well defended. So I needed some way to encircle some troops and really just let myself break, just let me break China. So I finished off Menjiang, and then I just continued on north through Shaanxi, and and it eventually culminated in this massive encirclement. Meanwhile, I was still doing some rough pushes in China proper, and took Wuhan, and eventually had him where I just had to take 2 more important cities. I think that... Yes! With just 26 days before my mission would run out, I beat China. As you can hear, I was quite excited. Really, I have to say, that was a very fun war. The old China-Japan war really was not that interesting. It was just build plane. And that's basically it. This one, the United Front, is somewhat actually threatening. They have a lot of divisions, they have a lot of supply capitals. They really can just throw thousands, millions of bodies against you. My final tally was 6.74 million Chinese casualties to my 800,000. An absolute insane ratio. I then immediately fell into issues because I declared war on the US and got convoy raided to the point where I literally had no convoys to buy steel and no steel to make convoys. So I could just supply nothing, get nothing, and had nothing. So despite taking over all of China and Indochina, I was actually weaker than if I hadn't done all that. Not a great idea, now I think of it. Why did I do this? Anyway, I have to say, No Compromise, No Surrender, great DLC. Genuinely, I had a great time playing Monarchist Japan. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed this little video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely gonna have more up soon. I just had no inspiration until No Compromise, No Surrender released, and I was like, yeah, I'll make a video on that. So hope to see you in the next video. Bye.